We built these garden boxes yesterday out of concrete board, and we're really excited to get stuff growing in them. But before we can do that, we have to fill them. And we're trying to get away from buying everything as far as like potting soil and stuff. So we're taking things like our kitchen scraps. So you're gonna see some rutabaga, some apple peel, some bananas, and a whole lot of coffee grinds. And there's also Deb's lemon in there as well. But we've been taking this stuff every week and just burying it out here in the garden. So we're trying to create our own compost, but in today's video, we're gonna do it on a larger scale. Just like the channel name implies, Piney Grove was built on 20 acres of planted pines. Pines planted in rows, and that's so that they can be harvested for pulpwood or lumber, 20 years from now. But because pines grow well, that's a good indication that nothing else really grows well in this soil. We've had some decent success with the garden behind us, and we hope to just improve on that as time goes by. And one way we can do that is to make some compost. So I've got a hole dug down here, a pit where I excavated some sand and some clay to do some fence line repairs and some road repairs. And I want to take that pit and fill it with the things that you probably hear crunching underneath my feet. So while our property mainly has pine trees on it, we also have some oak trees, especially along this fence line. So I'm gonna grab the Summit tractor and the landscape rake, and we're gonna see how big a pile of leaves we can make. And then we're gonna take those leaves and put them down in the pit and mix them with some soil. And then they should decompose rapidly, and we should have some compost in a short period of time. Well, here's our rake right here. I don't really feel like moving all this stuff, so maybe I can come in here with the tractor fork and grab that and pull it out of here. I need better organization in here for sure. All right, let's see if we can stab it, pick it up, not damage it, not damage any other equipment, and not hit my truck. Well, kind of, sort of got part one right. We got it. One thing I like about equipment like this, once we get it out where we can work with it, it's real easy to attach on a 3-point hitch because you can manhandle it. Just kind of lift it right up to the lift arms and the top link. The hardest thing of this whole 3-point process is backing up straight. I do okay, but I can never get it perfect. It's like I missed it by about an inch. Otherwise, that would have just fell right into place. But luckily, this is a light implement. If they were all like this, I don't think anybody would complain about hooking up to 3-point hitches. All right, be honest. You saw me kick it. How many of y'all kick your lift arms onto your pins like I just did? And I'm gonna lift this to set it, but also because I had it turned around backwards when I was pushing sticks, and I may use it going backwards today, like on the final pile of leaves, but I think most of the time I want it forward. It's gonna adjust the top link so that it's sitting a little more level, I think. Let me turn it around and make sure that's how I want it. You can put this at an angle, like if you're trying to do a little grading with it, but I'm trying to capture everything, so I'm gonna put it at a 90 like that. Just see how it goes. It's easy enough to change. If you've never used a landscape rake before, your top link setting right here is it's crucial, because if you lengthen that out so that the back end is down a little lower to give you more of a level drag, then when you have a pile, you can't lift it up as high. So the more I lengthen this, the less distance I have here to lift it up over top a pile of leaves. I think what I'm gonna do actually is shorten the top link, because I think the pile of leaves is gonna get pretty tall. So this will lift, you can probably see it happening right now, lifting the back end up. All right, that lets me drop off a pretty good pile. Go ahead and shorten it more. Kind of fill you guys in on some things. So as content creators, we're sponsored by a lot of companies. And we have to balance that. One, we can't take everything that's offered to us because I only got 20 acres, I only have so much time, and I only need so many things. And what I don't want to do is become a commercial. And I also can't give a lot of input or value about a product unless I've used it for a while. We've had this Summit tractor for 14, 15 months now. It's got 194 hours on it. I want to do like a 200-hour update on it when we get there and just kind of talk about it a little bit. There are a rebranded ITL tractor, so I think the 4th or 5th largest tractor maker in the world. And then a guy started up a company called Summit, and he gets these tractors and he outfits them with remote hydraulics and a self-leveling loader and rim guard in the tires and just a bunch of things to make the tractor ready to work on day one. As I speak, when I'm making this video, there should be a major announcement coming from Summit. And I'm not the one that's allowed to reveal it, so I just got to let the company reveal it. But it's all good news. It's great news for Summit. It's great news for Piney Grove. What I wanted to talk about was the balance of having something, and I'm going to use the word free. And this equipment, when I say it's free, it's not free. It's on loan to us. And I'm not given or made to say anything. We want to show how this equipment works. And if it breaks on camera, and we're not going to hide that. I want to know, as you're watching this video, what do you want to see from Piney Grove? Usually like to put out a video whenever we get something new, talking about the specs of it and how it performs. And then after that, we really don't talk about the specs. After that first video, we just kind of use it. So just asking what you guys want to see, what you enjoy seeing on our channel. Our channel is kind of a mix of developing these 20 acres, building a new house and living on it. And we don't segregate or segment our content, meaning we don't have a different channel for tractors and we don't have a different channel for how-to, and we don't have a different channel for gardening. We just kind of share our lives. So leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think. All right, let's get to raking. Let's see how big a pile we can get. I'm excited about this. This is one of those jobs or tractor things that you do that's non-technical. It is, you don't have to worry about hitting a fence. You don't have to worry about, hitting a water line. You don't have to worry about straight rows or anything. We're just out here having fun with a tractor, raking, beautiful weather, t-shirt weather now, and just enjoying life. That's not doing what I thought it would do. Might have to change the angle. It's not doing what I really want it to do. I think I gotta have it tilted more that way, which would mean lengthening the top length so it'll grab more. Let's try that. It's just going over top of more leaves than it's picking up. I mean, I think I can get a decent pile, but not really efficient. All right, we want to lengthen this. Those of us that have had tractors for a while, we know a lot of this stuff, but we still learn every day. And this is a prime example. Let's try that. That's already better. Already better. Like I've already filled up the rake. So did you guys notice a difference on that one? I'm getting more dirt, but that doesn't matter because this dirt's all going to become part of compost, but there's a lot bigger pile there now. So when I started out, I thought like one pass and I would have it down to the dirt, but it'll take several passes, but I'm going to have a high volume of leaves, and that's what I wanted. So things don't always work out the way you want to at first. This is an example of I can't lift it high enough to go over the pile of leaves because I lengthened the top length. So as I pull off, it'll actually spread out the pile a little bit. Adjusting that angle worked out a lot better, but I'm going to try something different. I think what I'll do is push backwards and just keep the pile moving, like contribute to the pile or take the whole pile and push it and then catch more leaves as I go and end up with a big pile up the hill. This is working, it's just not working as good as I thought. Back to the whole, we don't know everything. If we're seasoned tractor owners, we got to figure things out just like everyone else. So we're content consumers just as much as we're content creators. Like, I live on YouTube. I watch all my friends who put out videos, but as a content consumer, they throw all sorts of stuff at me to watch. And I've been watching this dog jump into leaves. No kidding, there's this beautiful yellow lab, and my heart really goes out to labs. It was my first dog that I had, was a yellow lab, and Deb wants to get a chocolate lab. I don't know if we're gonna do any of that, but I love labs. I love a yellow or whitish yellow lab with a dark black nose and an otter tail, like the English labs, where they're just big and stocky. But anyhow, this guy has, I think her name's Mabel, and I will link the video down below if I can find it, because his whole channel is about Mabel jumping into leaf piles. And these piles are like 6 or 8 foot tall, and Mabel just will jump in the pile, disappear inside of the pile, and she might have like her nose hanging out. Animals like to have fun, I guess. They like to do, have games and have fun, and Mabel's thing is she likes to jump in a leaf pile and just stay buried in it. She also likes to jump off a dock as well. So I think my leaf pile is going to be so full of dirt that Mabel would go in it and stick in it like a dart with her nose, because I don't think she'd be able to, fall right into the pile. So switching to going in reverse worked out really good. I got a big pile of leaves here. You can see the greenery there in the background. That's where we started. So we raked up all of them, a little bit here in this little intersection. And now I actually am able to push the whole pile. Eventually the rake will ride up over them, but right now it's pushing the whole pile. And I don't think I'm gonna rake anymore. I'm just gonna push the pile down there. That's where the pit is. And I think by just the leaves collecting along the way, because I'm not gonna be able to do this in one pass, like 3 passes or so, I'm gonna get way more leaves than I need. And if I have more than I need for the pit, I can just let these rot, because they'll decompose there. And a year from now, that'll be nothing but like black organic soil. This is not something that has to be done, but I do want to use them for mulch. But if I wasn't, I wouldn't waste the diesel fuel to do this, to clean up this road or to make a video. But I'm having fun. I'm getting some benefit out of the task that I'm doing. It's just really, really cool to be able to be blessed and be able to do this sort of thing. And oh, by the way, I'm on vacation today. I actually took a day off from work to do this. All right, we're pushing. I'm just gonna keep going. This is my view over my shoulder. This is exactly what I see. All right guys, I've done all that I'm gonna do in this video. I was pushing up the leaves with the Summit. The tractor's pretty high off the ground, and I stopped because I was thinking that'll make a good thumbnail. So the thumbnail that you see for this video was probably made from that segment right there. But I got all of it from the green area where we started all the way here. I'm gonna say that's 300 yards or so. 3 passes wide, about 15 feet. All the oak leaves and all the pine needles that were there are now in that pile. So what I've got here is, I did some screening in the woods to get some topsoil for the garden and for landscaping around the new house. So that's what got screened out of just a whole bunch of brush in the woods after I ran the forestry mulcher through it. And that there is my pit. And what I want to do is dig out maybe 3 times the size and get me a stockpile of dirt, and then use that pit to make my compost. And then that's the dirt that we scraped off of here. So that's good dirt right there. And of course, I've got the leaves and the pine needles over there. A good friend of ours just got a dump trailer, and he just hit me up and he said, hey, when are we gonna go get some compost? Because we're gonna go to a horse farm and get some horse manure. And I sent him a picture, this picture right here. And I said, hey, I'm trying to make my own now, but we're gonna be getting a dump trailer or 2 of manure so that we can kind of mix it all together here, because it's not just our garden. We want to build up our pasture. We want to build up our 1 acre food plot. We just want to get all of Piney Grove's dirt where it produces the best that it can organically. That's going to wrap up today's video. If you liked it, give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. But until next time, y'all take care out there. And remember, life's short, tractor hard. PG out.